Hello, good morning, guys. Today is actually Thanksgiving, so first of all, I want to just say Happy Thanksgiving to all of my viewers, if there are any. So ever since I did my last video about small scale models, I have no idea that much people watch it, and I got tons of feedback and questions asking me when my next video is gonna be. So I figured today I just make a video about a very interesting topic, which is what model do appreciate. I know most of you probably don't buy model cars for the sake of investment value or just to make money off it. I mean, personally, I buy them because I think they look amazing and they fit well in my house. But I mean, some models they do appreciate a lot over the years, and today I figure I just talk about some models that have been appreciated. I'll show you guys some examples and talk about what are some common things between all of these models that have been appreciating over the years. So what I have in front of me, speaking of appreciating, this model have been appreciating a lot. What this is a model car of the very famous BMW art car series. I think this was one of the first one that BMW did back in the 70s, when they have artists kind of design their racing car liveries. And if you want to talk about appreciation, I think back when this model was made by Mini Champs. It's a 1:18 scale diecast model car. When they were first released, I think the price was about $125, give or take. Right now, they're worth about, at least for this one, because this was one of the more valuable ones, it's about $400 to $500. So imagine the appreciation over just a few years, I guess. I mean, obviously it's a limited edition one, so there are a lot of these on the market. They came with a very large box. They also do have a very large display case with this lovely stand that has the car name on it. So obviously one of the biggest reasons that this model have been appreciating so much is gonna be because it's a limited run edition. I think there are only like 400 or 500 ever made. I'm not sure how many were sold to the U.S., but I think back then they were sold all over the art museums. It's not very easy to get a hands of them, but limited run models are always going to be the ones that appreciate it. But there are going to be exceptions. So next up, we come to check this amazing BMW E93 M3 convertible that was made by Kyosho, which is a Japanese company. This brought up the next feature I want to talk about all the models I have been appreciating over the years. So one of the common things between them are they're gonna be diecast, and they're gonna have a lot of open features, like the doors, you can open them and close them, like the hood. You can see the massive V8 engine that was featured in this car and also in the model as well. What's special about this one is that this actually came with the convertible mechanism. So it's a hardtop mechanism. So my right hand is holding the camera, so I'm not gonna have a demonstration, but you can see you can actually open and close the top. And this is what it looks like with the top close. Some people might argue that the mechanism, like especially on the connecting parts of the top, that so it doesn't look perfect. But this is what like model cars in the past have this very nice features that they basically they try to give you all the openings that the modern, like the more recent style resin model cars doesn't have is opening, and I think it's a great feature that we're gonna see less and less. So with this kind of model is definitely going up in prices. Not sure how much this one would cost about 5 or 6 years back, but right now, I mean, especially with the M3 and in this white color, it's gonna be around $300. So I would say that's about 3 times what the MSRP was back, 6 or 7 years, and I would say this was a pretty good investment. Um, I mean, personally, I actually do own a E93 M3, and I love my car very much. So, having this model back in my closet is a very unique model for me personally. And another common things between these models which have been appreciating over the years are gonna be the ones that are classics supercars or classic sports cars, like the Ferrari F40 and the first generation BMW M3. So the Ferrari is also made by Kyosho, which have been making a lot of really lovely models back then, and this BMW is actually made by Auto Art. So I know in this generation of BMW, in the diecast version, Mini Champ has also made them, but I'm not sure if this is appropriate to say. But any lots of models that if Auto Arts and Mini Champs have been most making them, Auto Arts are gonna be more expensive and they're gonna hold their value or appreciate much better than the Mini Champ ones. So, these are gonna be classic cars. These are gonna be cars that people have been talking about and will keep talk about in the future, especially with the Ferrari F40. I mean, many people argue it's probably one of the best Ferrari ever made. And this diecast full open model car does not spare the details. You can check out the front end section. I mean, even with the way that the bonnet's open. And back then you can see the engine compartment, which was also featured in this model. I mean, you have to give credits to those old models, which Kyosho and Auto Arts have been making. With diecast, with tons of features and very highly detailed levels. So staying within the topic of classic sports cars and supercars, it doesn't get more extreme than this. So this is a Porsche 911. That's the 964 generation Carrera RS, which is a 1992 model year. This model is made by Auto Art. It has all of the standard, like you see all of the standard. Excuse me, this is a bit hard to show. Opening features such as the wing, the engine, and we have the doors. It's really hard to say how much this one is worth right now. I mean, I got it for $300 a couple years back. I've seen this one going for 500, 600 on eBay easily. This is color. This is a mint green color. Other people like to call it the Tiffany green. It's a very popular color right now. This is definitely gonna be. So this is a diecast model. That's what Auto Art used to make. Over here, we have a model for the same car. Well, I think it's a Carrera 4, but this is made by GT Spirit. This is full resin model, so it's a plastic shell basically. It has no openings whatsoever. It's nearly the same color as the Auto Art one. What I did was I swapped some BBS wheels on there and lowered the body. The reason I did that was I'm pretty sure that this car is not gonna appreciate, over time. And I love this cars with the BBS wheels stands out. The reason between the biggest difference between these two is obviously gonna be the material. So this is the diecast one. This is made of metal. This is the resin one. It's made of plastic. And so in this day of age, we have be seeing a lot of new plastic models that keep coming out over the years. They have much shorter lead time to build. They are cheaper to develop, and they will come, you know, all the time. So if you have to choose between these two, I mean, obviously the diecast one is going to be more expensive, but these are going to be the ones that hold their value really good, just because manufacturers, model car manufacturers, they don't make them in diecast anymore. Well, some do, but especially with this kind of older generation Porsches, you can't really find a lot of brands that do these cars. And with this unique color, that's one of the biggest reasons why this car is shooting up in value. I'm pretty sure it's not gonna go down anytime soon. And I'm just really lucky to have, of course, both of them in my home. And finally, I'm gonna show you a model that I haven't been appreciating at all, and one that I don't think will be appreciating in the future. So this is a Liberty Walk Ferrari 458. I think this is actually the official model that Liberty Walk released. It's also a 1:18 scale. It's in the Tiffany green mint color, like the Porsches that I just showed. It's got amazing level of details. As you can see the carbon fiber over there. You can see the wide body mold that have been featured on the model car itself. The decals also in this amazing finish, with the interior in the same color, and also the engine bay. But the reason that this is not going to appreciate is because this is not a diecast model. I don't want to be absolute and say that non-diecast model none of those are gonna appreciate, but it's really hard for them to appreciate, just because if manufacturers see one of these Ferraris Liberty Walk ones that have been shot up in the second-hand market, they can just easily make another batch of them really fast, because plastic resin models, they have a extremely short lead time to build, to design, to manufacture. Nonetheless, this is amazing model. This is an amazing model with tons of exterior details. Obviously, this kind of models, you can open the hood. There's not gonna be a door that you can open. It's just gonna be a static model. But it looks great in your living room. It looks great in your bedroom, but just don't expect it to appreciate over the times. So I think that sums up the video today. I hope you like it. I hope you learned something. Obviously, I don't think a lot of us buy model cars to use them as an investment. But it's good to know that which ones are gonna appreciate and which one don't, and have a educated anticipation of them. So until next time, bye.